I'm Mr. Grindler.
And I'm Mrs. Grindler.
And this is Grindlers Creatures. And welcome back to another episode of Grindlers Creatures. But on today's episode, well, we're going to name the video Things Come in Threes. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard that sort of expression, you know, it's said in many different ways. I sort of just say, you know, things happen in threes. And that's normally to do with bad things. You know, sometimes some good things, but it's mainly bad things that happen in threes. So we've had 3 bad things happen to us recently to do with the spiders. So I'm going to share them 3 experiences with you today. So some of these topics today have been things that you have asked for previously in videos, just by looking down in the comments. So I thought I need to address it finally. And now that 3 things have happened, let's share it. So let's start it off with, well, the Ficus species, Dominican purple. So you guys know how excited I was to actually be able to finally pair this species. The Ficus species, Dominican purple, is absolutely beautiful. The purple colours on it just absolutely stand out to many different tarantulas in this hobby. They're just a great genus, if I'm honest. Their feed and response is 100% accurate, bang on, it's just savage. So me and Charlotte, we wanted to pair this Ficus again, and well, let me just show you this video. Sort of gives you guys a little update on it.
Right, so I've got the male just here, and if I'll take the lid off, get a bit more light for you guys. You can see the Ficus species, Dominican purple male just there, and yeah, it's sad to say it's actually passed away, and I got no idea what's happened because Charlotte and myself, to be fair, we saw it yesterday and it's roaming around the enclosure and it's perfectly fine, and now all of a sudden it's just gone. Literally lifeless. I've tried moving it and just nothing from it. I'm absolutely gutted. Just chuck the light there for a second, but absolutely gutting. But I should probably take it off this. You know, you guys don't want to see a dead tarantula. Let's put it back up on the tripod.
So yeah, absolutely gutting. The male died, unfortunately. And if I'm honest, I don't really know why, because that male, he looks quite fresh, if I'm honest. And bear in mind, he has been with 2 other females. But I don't know, he didn't look like an old male. His colours were still very vibrant, and he just looked like a healthy young male. So it makes me think, did something happen, you know, when they had a little scrap while pairing? Or was this just his time? Because, I don't know, I don't really pin it on the enclosure. The enclosure, to me, you know, it's got a little hide, it's got some soil, it's got a water dish. It's very, very basic, but that should have been fine for him. So yeah, like I said previously for this female, I don't actually know if they paired. You know, I don't know if it was successful or not. Where it was a bit hectic, we was moving around, you know, we didn't really get a good sort of video of it, and our eyes didn't really catch it either. So all I can do is just pray that she's going to be gravid. And worst case scenario, you know, like I explained in the actual pairing video, or was it the unboxing video of the male? Either way, I've got 2 other males and they should soon be mature. So while it's a negative, there's also a positive down the line as well. It's just bizarre because, you know, I just checked him over and I couldn't see anything, but, you know, these things happen. It's sad though. I don't like it when males pass away. So the next bad thing to happen, the second thing, is the Brachypelma hamori. So, you know, you guys know that I've wanted to get an egg sac from a Brachypelma hamori for some time now. Sorry, there's a little bit of fluff running around. You know, it all went back to when I bought my first female. And, you know, I got it off a seller, and unfortunately they sent me one that they actually paired, which turned out to be gravid and ended up laying an egg sac for me. But, yeah, that egg sac didn't go very well. She ended up not laying it correctly. So, you know, I ended up getting another male down the line. One from, I think it was Amy, Pet Rock and Roll. I'm pretty sure it was. And I was so excited for this. You know, because she ended up laying an egg sac and she laid it wrong. And I had an opportunity to do it again. And that male's still in my freezer actually. I keep forgetting about that. But anyway, let's move on. So yeah, managed to pair it. All went well. I think I paired it twice if I'm honest. The male eventually died. And I got nothing from her. She ended up just molting out. So I was absolutely gutted about that. And then I ended up getting another male off someone. And again, I managed to do a video for this. And I think I paired it twice as well. I'm pretty sure I did. Again. And I did have some good news. So she did lay the egg sac. Unfortunately, the egg sac went bad. So I think she laid it wrong again. I wasn't actually there to witness her laying the egg sac. But I managed to find the sac. And it was ripped open. And I saw eggs inside. And they were dry eggs as well. So that sac must have been there for a while. And it's quite funny actually, because without inspecting that tank, I wouldn't have found it. And the only, like, you know, sort of reason that I noticed it is because she started webbing up her enclosure quite a bit. And I noticed that the last time that the hamori laid the egg sac, they sort of make a layer around the sort of enclosure. I guess it's to do with safety. You know, they can sense if anything's coming. But after a while, I kept thinking, she's got to lay an egg sac soon. You know, come on. It's got to be. But I missed it. And I didn't realise the egg sac was in her hide. Now I did actually keep this egg sac because I wanted to show it on this video. Unfortunately, yeah, I think I've lost it. Charlotte's probably chucked it away. It was on like a lid. And it just looks like a bunch of web with some dried up eggs. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't really find it. I'll have one more look. And if I can, I'll pull it up now. But if you're still watching this, I couldn't find it. But I'm absolutely gutted about this one because this is something that I've wanted to achieve for such a long time. You know, I've managed to get it to pair, to drop an egg sac as well. And I don't know what happened. It's a real shame if I'm honest. But I've come to a conclusion and I'm not going to be pairing that female anymore. And I think, you know, I think I've got an adult female. You know, it was actually sold as a male. I'm pretty certain it's female. It's bigger than my female if I'm honest, so yeah. But we'll find out when he or she, you know, molts out and I can actually tell. So I guess we go on to the third thing for the evening. The third bad thing to happen. And this one hit me pretty hard if I'm honest. I'm absolutely gutted about this one. So let me just show you a little recap clip of the Taxonus Bambus. Let's have a little blast in the past for this girl. So, you know, I was absolutely over the moon that we managed to get an egg sac. And, you know, I didn't pair this one. This one came already paired. And I never thought she was actually going to drop a sac. She didn't look gravid whatsoever. She didn't look plump. To be fair, I thought she needed feeding, if I'm honest. But she ended up laying an egg sac for us, as you saw. You know, eggs with legs when we opened it. And then they melted out. And that's when it all started going a bit bad, if I'm honest. So I took a couple days out. I had to go somewhere, you know, a little sort of mini vacation type thing. And Charlotte was at home. You know, she done the same thing that we do every single day. You know, wake up, we turn the animals on, check the temperature in the room, and we check it numerous times every day, to be fair. And I don't know what happened, but they all died. Every single one of them. And you know, I was thinking, do I record a bit of this? And I was like, nah, you guys don't want to see a bunch of dead Taxonus bambus. It's absolutely gutting, because I was over the moon with that. You know, Taxonus bambus is quite a new sort of, well, it's not a new tarantula in the hobby, but it's a newly named tarantula. You know, Taxonus bambus lives in bamboo. Well, it's been seen living in bamboo. You know, awesome arboreal tarantula, old world. They web up really nice, and you know, you gotta get a bit of bamboo for it. And I was really excited to be able to share some of them out into the hobby, but unfortunately I can't do that for you guys. And it's just gutting, because not a single one survived. And when you sort of look at things like that, you know, they all died. They just all died. That was it. You got to start thinking, you know, was there a rise in the temperature or a fall in the temperature? Did it get really hot? Did it get really cold? You know, was something sprayed in the room? Chemicals? You know, all the other tarantulas were fine. We don't spray any chemicals in this room. No deodorant, nothing. You know, I don't even like spraying myself and coming in this room. And it's weird, because I don't ever remember there being a change in temperatures. It's something that I'm never actually going to know. I don't know what caused them all to die. You know, in my head, it was something that we did. You know, for all of them just to die off like that. You know, when you get a couple, it's expected. But for the whole egg sac to just be wiped, it's really weird. But that was the third bad thing to happen to us. And I think it's good to share experiences like this, if I'm honest. It's good to share the bad that happens in this hobby. And I'm sorry to, you know, just dish it all out in little bits, you know, free bad sort of situations. But that's what I mean. Things happen in free. And this was the third thing. Now, I would love to be able to pair the Taxonus bambus one day. But I know that finding a male is going to be hard to, you know, hard to get. Unless I buy a bunch of slings, grow them on, and then, you know, down the line, years, I can try it. If you know, if the female's still alive, it might not even work out. But that's something I've got to think about. You know, I've got to talk to Charlotte about that. All we can do is learn from our mistakes. Unfortunately, I didn't actually know what this mistake was. One thing I think is maybe, you know, the way that we incubated them. You know, it's worked every single other time for all our other egg sacs, but you know, if I get an actual incubator, it's a constant temperature and stuff like that. So I think that will be the best way going forward. Now, I'd love to end the video on a positive, but I can't actually think of one off the top of my head. So yeah, I'm just going to leave all this negative stuff here. Don't forget to share your bad experiences, because all of us need to hear these bad experiences so we can try and learn something from it. So I should probably wrap the video up here, because it's just been me talking again. And you know, I hate just sitting here talking, although you guys probably think I love it. But yeah, I just don't. I like doing all the spider stuff. But thank you very much for watching, guys. So if you could like, comment and share, that'd be absolutely great. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon so you're notified of when we upload next. And don't forget, down in the description it's got a link for our link tree. It's got all our social medias on there. It's free to support this channel. Just give it a little, you know, subscribe, a follow, whatever it is on whatever social media it is. It'd be greatly appreciated. But Mr. Grindler's done here, Mrs. Grindler ain't here, so I'll say bye on her behalf, and I'll say bye from all our creatures. Have a great one, guys. You all deserve it. Peace.